Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Jay Tanner, and Twitter is a dumpster fire. I'm sure that's not news to anyone, but I just wanted to make a quick video going over some of the crazier things that happened this week. Unfortunately, things got pretty nasty. It all started when an artist posted a redesign she did of Mermista, and it was clearly based on the character that appeared in the 80s version of She-Ra, which has existed for 30 years. But some fans of the new show can be very controlling about the way these characters are depicted. Since the character in the new show is a woman of color, they insisted that it was whitewashing, despite the fact that both versions of the characters are valid. This has been going on for a while, but these fans will bully, harass, and belittle artists because they claim that they were whitewashing the characters, even though that isn't the case. Clownfish TV made a video about this topic, but they ended up having to unlist the video because of a false flagging campaign. The false flaggers claimed they were harassing minors because they didn't censor their Twitter handles in their video. The thing is, Twitter is a public forum. Anyone and everyone can see this. If they don't want to be called out for bullying, then they shouldn't be bullying people online. I'm only censoring names out of courtesy, but there's not really an obligation to. It can be easy to forget that what you post online is public because everyone's behind a computer screen, but that doesn't change the fact that anyone can see it. If they're really worried about other people seeing what they post online, then they should be more careful and think about what they post before they do it, especially considering the fact that a lot of it was bullying, and people were openly encouraging and defending this kind of behavior. I ended up getting into quite a few arguments with people about bullying. People were still pushing the whitewashing thing, and even saying it was okay to bully white artists and people in general. There was a moment when somebody wanted everyone to retweet if they thought it was okay to bully white people, so I quote tweeted it and said to retweet if you think it's not right to bully in general. They got 36 retweets, while I got almost 200. The funny part is they were pretty adamant about not getting ratioed, but it looks like it didn't work out for them in the end. I wish the story ended there, but unfortunately this went on for a while. One person got so frustrated with us they said they wished that we'd been miscarried. Now that is low. All for saying that bullying is wrong. This is something people learn in preschool. And frankly, they have a lot of nerve claiming that Clownfish TV is targeting them when they were targeting and sending people after It's Mad Diet and the people who were defending her. For example, I came across this tweet because the poster linked us to it. Me looking through the comments on the Incest Twins page. Basically what happened was I took a screenshot of a tweet by this same person and edited the name out, by the way, but gave my opinion on it. The tweet claimed that the She-Ra fandom wasn't toxic because they were basically attacking people for the right reasons, even though that wasn't the case. Not to mention, these labels are thrown at people just for criticizing the show. Even if they're talking about something like the writing, people are way too quick to jump to these accusations. Just look at the response to this art piece. They still insisted it was whitewashing because I guess they refused to acknowledge the original, even though it had been around for decades while the new show has only been around for 2 years. And making that incest post caused people to come after our account, so I really don't appreciate the hypocrisy. Not to mention how messed up the post was to begin with, but how can they claim that the fandom isn't toxic and then turn around and call us incestuous? Not to mention all the bullying that had happened. We got a lot of very hateful slurs thrown at us, and other people who were just saying that bullying is wrong. But somehow it's not bullying, because the people who used it are trying to reclaim that word. Yeah, that totally makes it okay to use it in a hateful way against twin sisters. Is it really reclaiming a slur if they're still using it in a hateful manner? This whole thing was just ridiculous and asinine, but the fallout from all of this is that a lot of us are making redesigns and fan art of the original characters. Here's a sketch I whipped up of Mermista. I'm still working on the line art and coloring. The hands gave me a lot of trouble, but I'm glad I stuck to it. At least we get to see a lot of fun art out of all of this. I'm all for diversity, and it's okay to like the new show and the old show. They can both exist at the same time. And there are a lot of nice people who are fans of the reboot She-Ra, but there's a very toxic side of it that needs to be addressed. Earlier in the drama, I posted about an article where it was talking about Horde Prime. They said that Horde Prime is all about thinking the way he does, otherwise he'll destroy you, and that he only cares about his own experiences. But it's ironic because that's the way a lot of these fans and even news sites have been acting when it comes to the show, and this whole fallout from a redesign is proof of that. Your art has to be a certain way, otherwise you're a bad person, and you have to agree with the way they think. So is it really fair for them to say this about Horde Prime when they're not much better? Seriously, where do they learn this kind of hate? But that was my take on all this drama. There were a lot of really cool people who came out too, and defended free speech and expression in art. It's just messed up that there are people who think that somehow their moral superiority makes it okay to bully people and use hateful language language. I'm just glad there are a lot of people with common sense in the world too. But if you have the time, check out It's Mad Diet on Twitter, and also Demonarty. She got harassed last year in a similar situation, so give them a follow. And I want to thank everyone for being supportive. It really means a lot. I'd also like to shout out our members: Caleb Nelson, Stutania, Tyrant Carnivore, Adam K, Shiny Orc Boy, Taylor Ramirez, and the Rabbit Mancer. I know this was a different video, but thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. We'll be back to our usual content soon, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.